On behalf of the Ridge Meadows Division of Family Practice Board and staff, thank you for taking the time to consider Ridge Meadows to practice and make your community. You'll see from this video that our vibrant community has much to offer. Natural mountain and lake beauty, the great outdoors, close to the city life of Vancouver, family-centered, a warm, welcoming medical community with a local hospital, and immense passion to work together to improve local health care. We are a growing community. At any given time, we have 10 GPs and clinics seeking GPs to join them, from retiring GPs that are seeking GPs to take over their practice, to clinics that are bursting with patient overload that can add a GP or two. Each GP and clinic has a unique offer and culture, and we encourage you, if you see what you like, to call us, and we'd be happy to pick you up from the airport, book your stay, arrange and host clinic interviews and tours, show you around the neighborhoods, treat you to lunch, all wrapped up in a red carpet community partner welcome. Ridge Meadows would love and be honored to have you. Thank you, Dr. Ursula Layton, for leading the Ridge Meadows Division of Family Practice as board chair. The Ridge Meadows Division of Family Practice vision seeks to influence change by providing leadership to achieve optimal health for our community and provide support to our physicians that enables primary care for our community. A significant part of our work is recruiting and retaining physicians in Ridge Meadows. I know you yourself chose Ridge Meadows to practice in and move your family to. Ursula, as division chair and one of our GP leaders, what has the Ridge Meadows Division of Family Practice meant to you?
I really appreciate the collegiality amongst the 91 members that we have in our community. And I also feel that it's a wonderful community where our voices are being heard, especially when you join the division and you have an area of interest. And for me, it's the child and youth mental health. And I feel like it's an opportunity to come to a table or a group or a meeting where I can really make a difference.
What has been one of the best things about practicing in Ridge Meadows?
I think the fact that we have started divisions has been a wonderful thing. We were able to really bring our voices together collaboratively and impact on things that we used to think of was problems, but we didn't have the opportunity.
If there's one piece of advice or words of encouragement you could share with GPs that are considering a move to our community, what would they be and what sets us apart?
Well, obviously the collegiality, I think, is something that has proven over the last couple of years, specifically with divisions, that is a great thing in our community. We work very hard together. We also have the opportunity to play hard together when it comes to our golf tournaments and our barbecues that we have and all our social activities. But on a more personal note, I think this is a great community to raise your children in. There's lots of opportunity for our children with excellent private schools. There are safety is not an issue in Maple Ridge. It's a very safe environment, and we have beautiful nature around us with wonderful mountains and all the lakes and everything that brings as well. And you know, just to find an affordable home in a very good neighborhood is something that most physicians can really look forward to. And I think those things are important when it comes to choosing a community, so that all in all the work-life balance really, you know, can play into making that decision, because that we know is very important for physicians.
So thank you, Dr. Neufeld, for being the GP lead for the Ridge Meadows Division of Family Practice Physician Recruitment and Retention Initiative.
You're welcome.
I know you've worked hard as a GP lead recruiting physicians to Ridge Meadows with our committee and community partners. Al, you've been practicing in Ridge Meadows for 35 plus years. Can you share a few thoughts on what the medical community is like?
Well, I think the medical community is like a family here in the Ridge Meadows area. When I was looking for a place to practice, I looked up in Trail and a few other communities, and there were small communities like Ridge Meadows, but there wasn't this feeling of cooperation and family.
What can a new GP expect joining Ridge Meadows?
Well, I think they can expect to make a difference. I think all doctors want to make a difference. They can expect to be welcomed by the rest of the medical community as a member of the family. They can expect a chance to build a practice to suit their own needs. We have lots of different types of practice. They can work in the hospital. They can work just in their office if they prefer that. They can work in maternity. If they have the training, they can work in the emergency department. There's a new opportunity coming up in Aboriginal health that can get involved with. We need people to help with mental health. We could use a physician that was interested in addiction medicine. So lots of opportunities professionally, obviously, and lots of other opportunities to develop that work-life balance.
What value do you see a new GP can bring to the Ridge Meadows medical community?
Well, every new member is an asset, and they all have a different set of skills and experiences that improve our medical community, especially the ones coming from other areas farther away, other countries. They bring a different cultural understanding with them. They bring different skill set in terms of their medical knowledge, but they also bring non-medical things to our community. They may have special interests in teaching, in sports, in working with children and other marginalized groups. So I think they have a lot to offer our community.
In your opinion, why should a GP pick Ridge Meadows over any other community?
Well, there aren't very many areas in BC that aren't nice to go to. But I think it's the love. I think they really will be valued here. Doctors coming here will be valued and really be given an opportunity to reach their full potential, to do what they want to do, to practice in a style and a manner that they want to.
So thank you, Dr. Lakshmi Chella and Dr. Manisha Lati, for choosing Ridge Meadows as a community to practice, raise your families, and belong to. Dr. Chella, you've been practicing in our community now for close to 2 years. I remember when we first met upon your arrival from the UK, not only were you visiting Ridge Meadows, but you were also visiting other areas around the Lower Mainland and even Canada to consider practicing in. Why did Ridge Meadows stand out as a community of choice for you and your family?
First of all, I would like to say, to start with, I'm very, very happy here in this community. I've been here for 2 years, as you said. And also, it's just not the Canada. I was even considering Australia to move from England.
Okay.
So it was a difficult choice, first of all, to move from one place where you've been practicing for many years, so you got used to the system. Still, I was not happy with the way things were back home in the UK, so I have decided to move. And when we chose Canada over Australia, then that was also a very difficult decision where exactly to go. And I went to Toronto as well.
Yeah.
And went to Toronto. I was there for a few weeks, and then I came here. I saw the places around. Even in Vancouver, I've been to quite a few places like Surrey, Langley, Coquitlam, and also North Vancouver. After going through all these places, and the most important thing that was for me in Maple Ridge is the good schools and the community and the help and support that I received from Ridge Meadows Family Division of Practice cannot be underestimated. I think that is what made me to choose Maple Ridge on Pitt Meadows as my place of work.
Thank you. Dr. Laddie, we have been thrilled for you to join our community this year from the UK. What has been one of the best things about practicing in Ridge Meadows?
Again, the support that I received here from the Ridge Meadows division and also Dr. Chella and all the staff at Pitt Meadows Medical Practice. So everyone's very friendly, supportive. I like the fact it's a close-knit community. That really helps. And then obviously beautiful scenery here and patients are really friendly. So that was the main thing for me.
So Dr. Chella, how has the move been for your family?
My wife was initially very reluctant to move because she's very well, settled, and the kids were, settled as well, and they didn't want to move. And I thought I have an uphill struggle when I come here, but 2 years here we are. They never thought about going back again.
Wow.
So they are quite happy. They have made new friends, and they go to the school. They love the school that they are in. and everything is like a dream. It's like a dream come true, and I'm so happy. And I never been so happy in my working life in the last 2 years. And this is an amazing place and amazing people. And as Manisha said, is one of the best decisions that I've ever made.
Oh, nice. And I'm glad your family's happy. And that we know bringing physicians to our community, making sure their families are happy is equally as important. One of our initiatives is having a welcome spouse or partner club, and I remember we welcomed your wife, and
Yes.
She was quite nervous, and as soon as we embraced her, and one of the purposes to socially connect, or even where do I shop? Well, where do I get my groceries? Where do I go for driving lessons? Like even those simplest things to help families through and get them socially connected. And so I'm glad to hear that we were able to help your family, and that was successful. So
Not only that, the division offered the help. The help that we have was to find a place to live, and there are so many people like financial advisors. Anybody who is planning to come to Canada, you need to know that it's very difficult to get even a credit card. You have to have a credit history. So there are some people in the family division welcome group, like financial advisors, who would be able to help you get your car loans, house rentals and everything. It is like a whole package, and it's not only you, your spouse will be also be taken care of. So it's one of the best family divisions, medicine divisions that we have around here.
can either of you provide words of advice or encouragement for GPs that are considering joining Ridge Meadows?
Well, I came from England, so I know it's completely different practice in here from England, but in a good way. So, it's just that the work-life balance is much better here, definitely. And, you get much more support than you do in England. And there's lots of different support groups. There's a young doctors club and lots of different groups which I like. And then you can get to meet other doctors and meet people in the same boat as you. So I really like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Lakshmi, any words of encouragement?
As Manisha said, this is completely different work environment, and much better work environment, and there is not much red tape like back in the UK. I can't speak for the doctors from the other countries, but it is much more friendly, and people are so nice, and whatever we do, the patients appreciate more than in the UK. So the work satisfaction is great. As I explained earlier, I've never been so happy in my life, working life, about the work that I've been doing here in 2 years.
Thank you. Well, thank you to you both for being here, practicing here, having your families here, and encouraging other GPs to join us.
Thank you, in fact, to
Thank
you
you.
and the family practice for having us here and giving us the best work-life balance.
I'm so grateful for this opportunity to provide a welcome message to our community. Maple Ridge is an exceptional place with so many great things to offer anybody looking to call us home. We value our doctors in this community immensely. They are such an integral part of our community and the well-being of our community. So it's with gratitude that I actually get to address you as a potentially new GP to this community. We would be so lucky and so grateful to have you. So many opportunities here, but most of all, this is a community that is very socially connected. I have lived in different areas of the region throughout my life, but Maple Ridge is where I chose to lay down roots and have my children, because this is the one place in the world where I feel so incredibly connected to amazing human beings who enrich my life. So again, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity as the mayor that you are considering our community as the place where you might like to call home and open a practice where you can serve our growing population.
My name is John Becker. I am the mayor of the city of Pitt Meadows. Our community, like many communities in British Columbia, wants to ensure that our residents have access to their own family doctor. I believe that Pitt Meadows offers an excellent opportunity for a family physician to not only set up a practice, but to live here and bring up a family. Pitt Meadows is a planned community of approximately 19,000 people. We are largely bounded by agricultural lands and have a wealth of natural beauty. Great schools, shopping, and recreation opportunities abound. As part of Metro Vancouver, we can offer everything that a big city can, but with the feeling of a close-knit community and a much more reasonable housing cost. You and your patients will have access to world-class medical facilities, all within a 1-hour drive. I encourage you to consider Pitt Meadows as your new home and place of business. If you would like to know more about our community, please telephone me at City Hall, 604-465-2416. Thank you.